But the fact that the ratings from Caitlin Clark's series to these series fell off a cliff, it should surprise no one.
I'm watching the Indiana Fever game. I'm just waiting on Caitlin Clark to catch the basketball.
Aya Wilson loses her mind over the massive drop in WNBA viewership after Caitlin Clark's playoff exit.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great. But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate.
Aya Wilson recently opened up in an interview, admitting that this year she's heard more people call her game boring than ever before. But she brushed it off saying, "Okay, cool, whatever." Still, Wilson has clearly been frustrated by the sharp drop in WNBA viewership following Caitlin Clark's playoff exit. While she's always preferred playing with less noise and pressure from fans, the reality hit hard. Once the Fever were eliminated, interest in the playoffs nearly disappeared overnight.
Let's just say the ratings aren't the same with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever now eliminated. Game 1 of the Aces Liberty matchup on Sunday drew an average of 929,000 viewers. Was down nearly 50% from last Sunday's Fever Sun contest. By the way, not only was viewership down, attendance was as well.
Caitlin Clark's absence has caused WNBA viewership to plummet game after game as she watches from home. She's likely laughing at the chaos. The league could have had its most watched playoff finals ever, but instead, interest completely collapsed.
All I gotta say is she's lucky this UConn team isn't healthy. And that's a true statement.
That's wrong, Molly.
Monica,
That's wrong, Molly. Molly,
like 5 top players, am I right?
Molly.
Major injuries.
You would not be saying that if it wasn't UConn.
Major stars not playing.
Excuse me.
Go.
It's her against Caitlin Clark.
Stephen A.
Ain't no excuses. You got there. No, want to hear that now.
Stephen A.
Let me tell you, if George Brown's back in the mix, I'm going to be insufferable. I'm just telling you that now.
What?
If Paige Beckerson basically missed 2 seasons, I don't know if we'd be talking about Caitlin Clark the way we are.
Now we're stuck with a New York versus Minnesota Lynx final. And honestly, I can't even name a single player from either team. This matchup is already projected to have the lowest viewership of the entire playoffs. How did the WNBA even allow things to reach this point?
The reason 12 million people are watching ESPN for a game, if that game was on CBS, I would have had 25, 30 million people watching that game.
The WNBA looks completely lost without Caitlin Clark, and it's painfully obvious now. They tried to deny the Caitlin effect, insisting it wasn't real, but every passing moment proves otherwise. Without her presence, the league's energy has vanished, and the WNBA has become nearly unwatchable once again.
It's like we're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled.
Aya Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces had been a dominant force all season long, entering the playoffs as one of the top favorites to win it all. With Wilson leading the charge, many expected the Aces to cruise into the finals. However, their semi-final matchup against the New York Liberty didn't go as planned. The Liberty, powered by their own group of stars, delivered an impressive performance and stunned the Aces with a decisive victory. The shocking elimination not only ended Las Vegas's championship hopes but also removed one of the league's biggest attractions from the spotlight. A major blow that further fueled the decline in playoff excitement and overall fan engagement across the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark's the most valuable, most important person in the WNBA this year, and should have been unanimous rookie.
The unanimous MVP title always carries high expectations. Fans and analysts anticipate that the league's best player will guide their team deep into the playoffs, ideally to a championship. When Aya Wilson and the Aces were eliminated, it didn't just end their title hopes. It erased one of the WNBA's biggest storylines. Wilson was expected to be the centerpiece of the finals, the player everyone tuned in to watch. Instead, she's now sidelined, missing the chance to compete for the championship.